A nation of thousands of islands, a tapestry of cultures, and Southeast Asia's largest democracy. But now, that story is on fire. At least 7 people are dead. The very symbols of democracy are ablaze. Riot police are battling furious citizens on the streets they are meant to protect. But what sparked this descent into chaos? The answer is not found in a single event, but in the corrosive space between power and the people. It is a story of lawmakers' perks and a public rage over deep, systemic inequality. It began with a shocking revelation. Reports showed that 580 lawmakers were receiving a housing allowance of 50 million rupiah per month. That's nearly 10 times the minimum wage in Jakarta and 20 times in poorer provinces. At a time when millions faced rising unemployment, high taxes, and soaring living costs. The news was a spark thrown on a tinderbox of public anger. Students, labor unions, and workers marched on Parliament, their demands clear: justice and economic dignity. The rallies began peacefully. But tensions exploded when police vehicles rammed into protesters. A 21-year-old motorcycle taxi driver, Afan Kurniawan, was killed. Indonesian President Prabowo Subianto expressed his condolences in a special video message, adding that he had called for a thorough probe into the incident. However, Afan's death ignited a wildfire of rage. In Jakarta, riot police fired tear gas as protesters hurled stones and bottles. In Makassar, mobs set fire to a parliamentary building, killing at least 3 people. Across other major cities, police stations and state buildings were attacked. The violence didn't stop at government sites. Homes of political leaders were looted. Shops and police headquarters were torched, forcing businesses to close and the stock market to tumble. Indonesia's currency fell sharply as images of burning cities spread worldwide. President Prabowo Subianto quickly moved to calm the storm. He revoked the lawmakers' housing perks, suspended overseas trips, and promised stricter rules on benefits. But at the same time, he ordered the police and military to crack down, warning that violent protesters could be charged with treason. Despite the concessions, protests are set to continue. Student groups want deeper reforms, higher minimum wages, and real accountability. Observers warn that a security-heavy approach may only fuel more anger. Indonesia's riots reveal a far deeper frustration. The housing allowance was merely the match. What keeps the fire burning is a profound public anger over economic hardship, vast inequality, and a devastating disconnect between the leaders and the people they serve.